All right, welcome back everybody to another episode of Palworld. Go ahead, as Zach Hadel says, thumb open your pumpkin, crack open your Monster Energy, and let's game. So, we have been doing a whole lot of base building aspects, which is a big part of the game. I want to include some of that. I'll do some off screen if it starts to get annoying, but yeah, for the most part, I'm gonna keep that in because I like seeing the progress that you can make. But we'll make some more berries. Ribbunny is busting it down, corked up. I just want to make sure my guys have like ample food, and I can dump extra food in there and then feed them some stuff. So our next thing is probably going to be putting Mao in a ranch, unless I find because Foxsparks can graze and make flame organs. I think it's kind of weird that I need to get a Mimog. I actually really need to get a Mimog because the little storage house is pretty far away from where I am leaving stuff. So ice organs, yeah, they're leaving me Vixie stuff in this chest. So we have quite a bit of gold, and now we have access to the town. I'm actually gonna help them pick this up because that's a lot. Um, and I've decided I'm not gonna play with mods for the time being. I know I was like talking about it. Um, it seems a little bit more involved. It might not be a little bit more involved than what I was trying to put together, but I couldn't figure it out in like the 10 minutes I wanted to spend on it. It's a new day, by the way. I recorded all of the other episodes in like one sitting, or I guess in one day. There were like an hour in between some of them. But I had forgot that I was making ingots, which is very exciting because uh, the primary goal is making this cold resistant pelt armor because that is nice. Also, the crossbow, which uh, you're doing great, buddy. I'm just gonna pet him, give him some hope and dreams. So now comes the big reveal. I want to make myself the crossbow, but more importantly, I think, is making Lifmonk's submachine gun because Guggle is about to become our strongest hitter in the game. And so we are going to need some more ingots to make this pelt armor. I think the crossbow is probably more. Oh, wait, we have exactly enough. We just need wood. So, just to show you, when I pull Guggle out, in the bottom center of the screen, you can see there's Lifmonk recoil. He hops on my head and will automatically fire at where I aim. So, basically, he is the destroyer. Okay. So, we're gonna go work on our little. Well, actually, if we cut down actual trees, we get fiber, and fiber is really important. I also just love that every time I look over at Vixie, Vixie's being an absolute G and just making me money and Palspheres. Because I'm fine with blue Palspheres until like level 20. I pick up the green ones and use them for like more intense catches, but for the most part, I keep pulling. I've done it like 3 times. I think I'm hovering the axe, I'm hovering the pickaxe. But yeah, I wanted to get some Palworld recorded because um, I want to head towards that bridge because on the way to the bridge, there's something really good. And then on the bridge, there's a gentleman that we could fight because we could fight fire with fire. We've got decent level stuff. And once we get a crossbow and Liftmonk submachine gun, hello? Whoa, it hit him through a rock. Goggle, you crazy. Daydream is probably the next to go on the team. As much as I like having a Daydream floating out next to me and stuff, it's Daydream itself is just kind of lackluster. I like its design, but the Dark Pals early game are all kind of eh. I really like using the pals that I think are cool. I don't look up like meta guides and be like, what's the best thing that I could be doing right now? Because I don't care about that. I also haven't gotten to endgame content, so I might need to do that for endgame, but to my knowledge, you can get through endgame content with essentially any pal, because any pal can learn any skill, like any move, and their stats can be raised so much with souls and essence condensation. I'm gonna cut down one more tree. So yeah, we'll try to keep a little bit longer form content, I think, on Palworld. I know originally, Google, you gotta finish this for me. I know originally I was like, I'm gonna try to keep it 20 to 30. I'm thinking like 30 to 45. Because I know one of the episodes was an hour, but that was like a very grind heavy thing. So I don't feel I don't feel bad about leaving it a little longer. But we're gonna finish our crossbow and then we're gonna go out and explore because I feel like we've been. I want to balance being at the base with being out and fighting. So the grind is still not that bad early game with especially the work speed grind of just sitting on a table and waiting. All right. So, now that I have a crossbow, it does 280 as opposed to like 20 that I've been doing. So I should be able to just one tap most enemies. So I want to head south. Let's head to the village first, and then we can see if there's a hillside dungeon at the foot of the hill like there usually is, and we can do that, and then we can head for the bridge. And I always forget. Oh, I can. Oh, wait. Are you reliable? Reliable PID. Yeah. Okay. So, um, I don't know if you all remember this. I hand over the farmer's special dish. What's this? Is that for me? It smells absolutely wonderful. Thanks. I'll savor every bite. So, I actually forgot that I had that in my inventory. It was the delicious little thing of food that the woman in green gave me. Funny enough, how I repay her is I usually catch that lady later in the game, and I give her manuals until she's amazing at handiwork, and then she lives at the base. There are a couple NPCs I try to catch. I also try to catch Zoe, which you can't catch the boss version when they're riding their pal, but you can catch if they're standing in the world. All right. So then I talk to this lady, and she's gonna be like, "Thank you so much." So the pals couldn't resist the smell of my special dish after all, but I really appreciate you getting it there safely. Thank you so much. 2,500 gold coins and 5 mozzarella cheeseburgers. So, arguably, I generally put the mozzarella hamburgers in my food slot because if I'm ever low on food, it is because I'm doing something that's taking my attention because I usually don't just forget about um I usually don't just forget about my food. Celeray can drop aquatic pal fragments. Can you kill these guys? All right, Guggle's a pacifist now, which I don't believe in. I don't believe in being a pacifist. I believe that even a worm will turn, and Guggle, you are the worm. Oh, I need to catch. Oh my gosh, is that a huge egg? That is a huge verdant egg. And there's a shiny pal. Where's the shiny pal? I think it's across the water. So we're hearing another Bertha situation where the pal is lucky. But the question is, what pal is it? Is it a Fox Sparks? I think a crossbow will actually just kill it. Well, actually, no. All right, Guggle, I need you to hit it like a little bit. Oh, all right. Now we need to stop hitting it because I really don't want to kill this guy. All right, we got a lucky Fox Sparks and an applied kindling. Okay, wait, actually, because being lucky, I think boosts its. It starts at 1 star, meaning its work suit abilities are already higher, and then on top of that, it's applied kindling I can give it. So we just unlocked the Megasphere. We unlocked the Essence Condenser. And the Sphere Workbench, I'm going to get the thing for it because I need it for a base quest, but I don't really need it right now. These take ingots, so I find them on the ground and I'll use those, but I generally am not going to craft the green spheres. Alright, so that kind of sent me on a wild goose chase. We're going to go a little bit of stamina. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of stamina. Alright, so, um, that kind of led us on a giant goose chase. I feel like I'm hearing things now. I thought I was just hearing the lucky noise, but I think I might be crazy. But yeah, I'll put a couple levels into stamina, I think. I haven't found any stamina elixirs, which is what I've been kind of relying on, but I think we're fine. I am going the wrong way, is what I'm doing. There's actually a fast travel north of me that might be easier to get. Oh, there's a hillside over there, though. And Celeray is making this glider, like, really good, but on its own, the normal glider is really bad. Killamari is the pal that I'm looking for that will replace Celeray. Oh no, I'm sorry, Lady of the Sea. But Sprig, I think, is doing a good job keeping us well fed, keeping our guys fed. But I actually want to try out Sprig in combat because Sprig knows Bog Blast and Wind Cutter. So it's got oh dude, there's another one. Wait, what? Hey, stop doing that. Alright. Carry weight's looking good. This egg that I'm carrying is low-key kind of heavy, but I would much rather have the egg than not have the egg. And we're actually very close to home. It's like right on top of this hill. So it's nice that I was able to find such a dungeon. Take a little sippy of my energy drink. We're having the Celsius Cosmic Vibe. And I gotta say, it's kind of mid. But it gets the job done. Holy 2 flowers. So this is 4,000 gold right here. And I like to keep my flowers until the very end of the game, and the reason I like it is because um, there's something you can make at the end of the game once you make a better medicine handbook or medicine table thing that is very hard to farm for. What do you mean that didn't hit? All right, Sprig, help me out. I think my favorite part about Sprig is that it can spam. Okay, you're getting a little too close, buddy. I thought I saw, yeah, I saw another flower. So, I think this time I'm gonna go down in this dungeon. I'm gonna go down to the floor. Oh, it was up there. Yeah, I'm gonna go down a floor. I want to see if, oh, there's so many flowers. Yeah, the early game dungeons have a lot of the little flowers, and then once you get to like the desert, you can start finding the big flowers. And a chest. I want the chest to have schematics in them because the schematics you can get are quite helpful. But I really just want to find a Killamari, and I'm pretty sure you can find Killamari in any of these beginning game dungeons if there's like a water room. Because the other guy that we can find is called a Hang You, and I don't know how early game he is, but it makes your glider float like upwards. Killamari just lets you hang in the air. Celeray gives you extra distance, and I was gonna take the normal way down, but then I would have to walk the normal way down and then also all the way back up. So if I just drop, it's a one-way trip. Okay, bread. I believe I am getting a mite bit peckish. Okay, so there's turtles down here, and there's also hella flowers. And we can turn these flowers into elixirs for ourselves if we get 4 of one color. The only flower that I don't seem to get... Alright, I want to clear these out because I don't know if these are aggressive. I have to redirect Sprig. Yeah, Sprig has really low cooldown moves, so he can kind of just stun lock. Or I'm sorry, she can just kind of stun lock. My friend on the server that we play on, the multiplayer one, is we name it... It's a male Caperty, and we named it Henderson. And so he's got Henderson. And then I got Purple, and I named it Ned Herson, which is like Henderson backwards. Also, Pal Fragment Heaven. Can I get both of these at the same time? I can. I could. Okay, you focus on that one, and I'll focus on this one, Bertha. Or you're just so excited to be here. I haven't used Guggle's machine gun yet, and it's because I have not found anything worthy of... Is that a Pal egg? It's a Rocky egg. Holy moly. Alright, so we're gearing up for fighting Zoe and Grisbolt, the first boss. I want to go ahead and get it done maybe next episode, because we are about 18 minutes, so we've got like 20 minutes left in this episode to get some stuff done. But we're getting lots of dog coins. Lots is subjective, so I mean we're finding a few in each pile, but when we start finding Mimogs is really when we start getting enough that we can use it. But I want to start one-starring some of the pals that we're going to use, because one of the guys, they are aggressive. And you can't hurt Goggle with water, you dumb idiot. Alright, this guy, why is this guy strong? All Goggle takes is victories. But I got 4 aquatic pal fluids from this dungeon alone, which is good, because later on we need it for concrete and stuff, and then later down the line we need it for other such things. Green sphere. 4 green spheres is quite a bit. Just try to keep myself fed. I'm going to put that Lucky Fox Sparks to work at the base, and then give it the Applied Kindling Handbook so that it's like super juiced. Because having a kindling of 3 this early is going to cut down on ingot production time by like 60%. It's going to be absolutely nuts. And I don't know which way I go to get out, but I think it's this way. No, it is not. It's the other way. Okay. That's okay. It's a learning experience. And I'm rocking 139 Paldium fragments, and you already know I'm going to get this giant rock because we're going to need so much Paldium, and there's not like a quarry that you can get Paldium from, I think, unless I'm totally overseeing it and I was just always out on my other file. We get a little bit of ore passively as well, which is nice from these rocks. Let my stamina come back. Because we can make I believe we can make the metal pickaxe. Yeah. So that's mining yield up. So not only does it break the rocks faster, but it gives you a little bit extra per operation, which, due to our no durability clause, is quite nice. Are there enemies in this room? Are there flowers hiding in this room? I always check behind the doors because they like to hide. I would be grabbing coal right now because we do need a ton of coal for later on once we start getting to like refined metal. But I want to bring a certain pal that makes it so rocks and stuff like coal will take up less space. Also, that's a thwack. Can you not kill him in one shot? Okay. I'm gonna use a green sphere. Yeah, Guggle, I need you to kill those guys. Hey, there we go. Alright. We got a Thwack and it's Pyromaniac, which I think means it deals extra fire damage, which is funny because there is actually a Thwack Ignis, which is a fire version of the Thwack. But there was a guy that wanted to see a Thwack. Did we have that mission? Yeah, we do. And that's actually crazy good rewards, so we'll do that next time it's convenient. Like, if I want to get a couple submissions and then just do all the submissions, like, one after the other. And I just want to make sure our pals are staying nice and fed. Caperty's going to stay on our team, I think, the longest, just because the main skill of feeding people. Alright, so that's one hillside done. Kill him. And yeah, the next pal that I really want to find to put on the team, the only one that's going to replace Liftmonk is going to be Tansy, because Tansy automatically fires at people with a gun if you give him, like, a Tansy rifle. Alright. So, was it across the way had a... Yeah, hillside over here. Alright. I just can't collect any ore or anything, but then I can go from the hillside dungeon to the Great Eagle statue and just go right home. So this is a good little dungeon path that we can do early game and get some good stuff. So things that I'm looking for in here. Oh my, I was about to say skill fruits, but there's a skill fruit tree in here. This is just a really solid... I never ever find these, but I have found like 2 this early. So what do we got? Bubble Blast, Power Shot, and Icicle Cutter. Icicle Cutter pierces, and it's a 4-second cooldown. So I'm going to give that to Sprig, and then I'm also going to give this to Sprig. So now, you can keep Wind Cutter, but these other 2 you're going to swap out. So I've got 2 cutter moves now on the same guy, so he's going to be my mobber. And he's just going to start ripping through stuff. I've got 2 Megaspheres left. Yeah, against, like, dungeon bosses and stuff, I don't think the normal spheres are going to work, or I have to get them so low. And then Power Shot is painfully mid, but for right now, Guggle can have it. So instead of Air Cannon... It's something. We're getting a ton of tech points from doing these as well, which is just the way. I would like to move up to the next tier of dungeon, because I feel like we can kind of scum it a little bit, where if we if we go at it, oh, green sphere. If we go at it carefully and make sure we just use Lift Monk's machine gun for anything that we're questionable about, and we don't get greedy and know how to leave, we're probably fine with like a level 20 something dungeon. Because that's what I like about this game is if you want to, you can push your luck. You can absolutely push it. You can go to like end game level areas so early. All right. Do I want Thwack? I do because he has a special move. That's going to swap out for Sunday. And then Shiny Fox Sparks, only for a second, I'm going to give him this. So now he's got Kindling 3. Which is nuts. Alright, and then get Guggle back. So yeah, you've got Kindling 3. I want to see your ingot production speed because we can get him moving on some ingots. So yeah, come make 7. I'm going to allow transport. So they'll take it right to the chests. Alright, so I want to see... Yeah, that's actually phenomenal. That's great. Alright, I gotta go put my eggs away. I want to just put some stuff away. We're not done exploring yet. We got like 15 minutes. We're going to head to the Golden Forest area and try to get the pal that I really want. No schematics yet, but we do have quite a bit of flowers. And Lady of the Sea's trust increased to 3, so Celeray is actually going to be a solid combat pal at some point soon. Which is sad, because I'm trying to actively swap it for a Killamari, which seems a little betrayal. Alright. I like carrying all this food on me just so I have options to eat. But I will say, it does take up a bit of my inventory, so I want to move this down. So now stuff that I make for the pals. So now the pals will eat roast rushor and get a ton of their hunger back. There we go. So they'll keep on making me stone and wood, and if I need wood and stone specifically, I can, what do you call it? I can, like, tell a pal specifically work on this. Let's tear this up. The ore rock will respawn occasionally, meaning that we have passive ore generation at the base. This is kind of why I chose this area. Because the other one does not have a respawning ore rock, and it's not a deal breaker, but I mean, I would rather be able to make additional ingots than not be able to make additional ingots. But we can make the cold-resistant pelt armor soon, which is going to be great, because more defense means I can tank more while my pals take care of business. And Bertha's mining is kind of trash, but the pal we're trying to catch is really, really good at mining. I think it has a mining level of 3, which, coupled with its moves and such. But we've got Thwack on the team now, so once we name it, it's got a special move where we can make it surf at something and deal damage. Which I like the pals with active abilities because you can engage with like a pretty decisive hit if you're stronger than what you're fighting. You can just kill it. And this is a lot of ore. This is a lot of ore. And I'm just going to go ahead and pump it straight into ingots. There's no reason right now that we should be saving ore. Later, we want to build up a nice little stockpile of ore. And the reason is, we want... What do you call it? We want to be able to make different types of ingots. So later on, there's like plasteel and pal metal ingots and reinforced ingots. And so we just got 20 normal ingots worth. And we're going to use all of them pretty immediately, so we're just going to get that out of the way. So for this, we need more ice organs, so we need to kill ice-related things, and then also, I think we make the metal pickaxe. So once this finishes 8 ingots, we can go ahead and make it. I've got stuff to sell as well, which I would like to, because money has no weight. Okay, so I need 4 more from Fox Sparks, and then we can make a metal pickaxe. We're just going to toss the stone one. We really don't need it anymore. But later on, we get some pretty good pickaxes. I never ended up making the Palmetal pickaxe. Just the reinforced metal was the last one that I made, because I captured a pal, and it was an alpha pal, and then I gave it like 3 applied mining handbooks, and that was enough for mining level 10, which is just really good. Alright, so, metal pick. We have so much work speed from the early game that we are just tearing it up. Move that down. Stone pick. Discard. Alright, so let's head to the town, and then from the town we'll head towards the bridge area and see if we can't find the pal that I was looking for. There's a couple things that I can do in this area that I know of. And Hillside Dungeon's closed because we already did it, but if we come back later, it will be open. Alright. Nice little 4K. We can't buy ice organs early, which is kind of hindering us making that armor, but it's not imperative that we make the armor yet. This area, if I'm not careful, we need to name the Thwack. The Thwack is a female, and you are going to be, uh, you look like a Francine. So yeah, we're going to be using Guggle and then probably Sprig, because Sprig has some higher level power moves to be able to whittle down high health targets. The unfortunate thing is that the pal that I'm looking for is... Oh, that's a Jolt Hog. We're getting that. We can sneak and creep. So that was our only introductory strike. But we got it. Dragon Killer is kind of nuts. On top of all the other things that we can find here, we can also find dire howls as like their natural habitat. And as annoying as dire howl is, I do want to catch one because we don't have one yet. And we get a big lump sum of experience whenever we catch a new pal. But Jolt Hogs are timid, they run from you, so I don't need to worry about these guys. We're getting up towards the bridge, I believe, but we can also find... I think it might be further west that we find the guy that I want, but I certainly want to kill the guy on the bridge, because that gives you a bounty token. You can get special things with bounty tokens later, so it's just good to have as many as you can get. This is about the area that we start coming across rampaging pals. I think if we find a rampaging dire howl, we're going to avoid it, because it would stomp us right now. I would like to have the musket. I think I have the schematic for the handgun, but I don't have the weapon workbench yet. Just got 2 frag grenades. Frag grenades don't do as much damage as I would like. I'll be the first one to say it. Weapon workbench is level 20, so that is when we can start making guns. And we are level 14, so it'll be a little while. So we should be coming up to the bridge. Bridge is gonna lead us deeper into this next biome. So yeah, Hawk, amateur hunter. We're gonna open with Francine jumping him. I did not mean to hit the Jolt Hog. Okay. Yeah? Okay. We need to juggle... We need to juggle our pals. Alright, low key. Finish him. There we go. All right. Guggle being the MVP of history itself, as usual. Guggle took quite a bit of damage, but he did not fall because Guggle is the wall standing tall. All right. I'm not even gonna get wheat plantation. I don't want to get the hip lantern. I don't think the hip lantern is worth it. I'll get it just because we have so many. We need wooden board. We ugh. I'll take it. I don't think I need it though. And then we'll go some more into stamina. I want to get to like 150 stamina before I start pumping into carry weight again. And I'm always on the lookout for hillside dungeons. Hillside dungeons in the golden biome is a little bit nicer. Alright, I don't get another surfing slam for like 30 more seconds. Yeah, get him. So I'm actually going to tell Guggle to just cut loose. So if you aim down reticle, if you didn't know this, if you aim down reticle with right click and then hit the middle mouse button, it'll mark enemies. Oh my gosh, we found a Dumud and a new guy. I've been getting... No, come back, please, 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 please. I actually really want this because I think it drops electric organs if I put it in a ranch. And it was a back bonus. I have a pretty good chance of getting this guy. Alright. And then if we free Dumud, Dumud's the other ranching thing I'm going to get. It gives you high quality pal oil. Oh, Wellness Watcher too, so if it's in my party... Alright, I got a Kinship Peach on top of the Dumud, so that is actually quite nice. We're going to give that to Guggle. And I pretty much just munch on whatever food I get because we have a wealth of normal food. I'll use Megaspheres for this biome. I need to catch some Lamballs and stuff. It feels as though the blue spheres are already becoming obsolete. We're going to use a yellow sphere if we find what we're trying to catch. Because I don't believe in the Ring of Mercy, I think it's cringe. So I think we're coming up on what I'm trying to find. But I might low-key want Spark It on my team, I don't know yet. Because we're not going to find Killamari unless we go to like the Beach Archipelago, which I'm not opposed to. But I'm really just trying to find what I'm trying to find, and I'm keeping it a secret intentionally. Okay, that's a Dire Howl. Hit you right in the head. I know you would like to come with me. No, you would not. I'm going to have to weaken it next. If you try to get out again. Very good. Alright. I'm going to put my pals back on defensive. It also includes if things become aggressive towards me. Which I appreciate. Right now they're focused on ripping that Jolt Hog in half, but I do appreciate the hustle. We can ride Dire Howl as well with the right saddle. I think what I'm looking for is up here. I think I have to kill these dudes. I hit him with one bubble. Yes, yes, yes! So this is a good way to get this early. We got it, we got it, we got it, we got it. I don't think Night Owl is a deal breaker. So yeah, the cutter moves that it had, or the icicle cutter move that it has is really good because it pierces. But on top of that, I remembered that this guy pulls out an Incineram. So if you were like, what the heck is this Houndoom knockoff two-legged creature? It's really strong. It has really good work suitability. And it has an active move that lets you use its specialty move at a higher power. And then this is one of the Watcher Towers. I can free that guy. I don't know why we do it. I'll do it, but okay. And this kind of gives you a view of the area. So we're out here, we're looking around. You can see the other orange eagle statues dotting the landscape that we need to get to. And finally, the world tree is the ultimate. It's the penultimate thing of the game is getting to the world tree. Actually getting there is difficult though. So yeah, we'll free this guy. Just shattered my kneecaps hitting a tree. Yes, I let him go. And then he's like, there are guys here that we have to fight, which, I mean, I'm down. Freedom! Can't thank you enough for getting me out of that pickle, pal tamer. Usually I wouldn't let folks like them get the better of me, but I got suckered in by all their sweet talk. Next thing I knew, they stripped me of my gear. My goodness. I am dead? Oh, crap. Alright. I low-key had to sweat a little for that. I had to get a little sweaty. I admit it. Well, thank you kindly for coming to my rescue. The name's Harold. I go where the wind takes me, so I guess that makes me some kind of adventurer. But that's enough about me. It'd be a rat shame to go without knowing the name of my savior. Boojin, gotcha. That's a good solid name. Well, we're buddies in arms now, and seriously, can't thank you enough for getting me out of there. Whoops, I almost forgot. I was on my way back from finishing a request some local folks gave me. I'd better hurry on over so I can get my reward and they can have some peace of mind. Much as I hate to chat and run, I really gotta get going. But hey, maybe our paths will cross again sometimes. Well, on that note, here's hoping the gods stay good to you, Boojin. He gives us a star fruit. I forgot he gives us a star fruit. I'm gonna give that to the Incineram that we just caught because Incineram is going to be a mainstay in my party for quite a while. I swapped him out for a way later game pal that I should not have been able to get at the time that I got it, but it did stay in my party until like level 50. So, and Night Owl is it naps if it's working, but it's in my party. Yeah, Kindling level 3, Mining level 3, Handiwork level 2. So you are going to be Hound of War. And Bertha can low-key work on the base once I upgrade it. So I need the medieval medicine workbench, which takes a little bit of nails. I can make do with that. Yeah, we have our own kindling level 3, but it was 1 star. Oh yeah, I can starfruit it, so it's even better. So are you kindling level 4? Good lord. Yeah, so it's special move. It doesn't even know it yet. It's called Hellfire Claw. And so we can... I have the hiccups, sorry. And... Oh my goodness. And so when this pal uses it, if we hold F, it'll target it with Hellfire Claw, and it has a 1.3 damage multiplier. And that's on if it uses it as a normal attack as well. It does extra damage. And then on top of that, we have 7 Pal Souls, so we can actually go to the Statue of Power. And... okay. There we go. Oh, and there's an egg here. Yeah, I'm gonna go take another good look at mods, because I think increasing base range would be cool. It's not balanced around that, but I feel like just having more room would be better. Because then they would also cut down these trees. Which, I mean, it would give them reason to log. I have no schematics to give, but I do have many eggs. I'm thinking once we... I'm actually just going to give... I'm going to go ahead and give all these PAL schematics, or all these XP thing, to Hound of War. And so it's actually level 17 now. Did you learn the move? Flare Arrow's phenomenal. It shoots like 3 little spiky homing burst things. And they do a lot of damage. But I would want a ground... I would want a ground pal for Zoe and Grisbolt. But the thing is, I don't really feel like I need it. Okay, so we'll make this, and now medicine workbench. So if we get predator cores from defeating rampaging pals, they look like those little red spheres that we get. We can make remedies. So with the flowers that we have gotten, and I never ever find the purple flowers, which I think is kind of cringe, but oh well. If we find them, we can make remedies. And we're up to a pretty decent amount of berries. Wait. Okay. So I want to put them there. And I don't want to use all of them up because I want a couple of the berries to stay at the, what is this? Gold? Yeah, gold coins, arrows, and pal spheres are all things that I would like. So yeah, with me and Foxparks working on the same task, we can cook. Also, this is just the hiccup episode, which is nuts. Alright, so pal box, max number of bases to 2. Sphere workbench, deploy 1 more pal. We have to make another bed. Which, I mean, hey, not off the table. So, next guy to work at the base, think it's going to be Bertha. Oh, wait, no, it's going to be Dumud, because Dumud can mine, water, and ranch. So, Dumud can do it all. So, it'll go graze. I think it'll go up the stairs. Actually, I guess since the ranch is above it, it can just kind of do its thing. Unless I don't need 2 ranches, if 2 things can graze at the same time. But they're all going to bed. And I think the episode's going to go to bed too, because it is the end of the episode. We went pretty hard today. I mean, we got Incineram, so we've got 2 strong dudes. Well, 3. I would even call Sprig a strong, tough man. Even though it's a female. It's a strong man. But yeah. So next episode, I think we're gonna keep on exploring, do a little bit of base stuff. We can go ahead and try Zoe and Grisbolt next episode and just see how it works. I would have liked to be able to get a handgun, but that's going to take us to level 20. So we'll just try to juggle our pals good. I want to teach Hound of War Nightmare Claw, or Hellfire Claw, but we got to be higher level, which means we would have to be higher level. So maybe run some hillside dungeons first, then try Zoe and Grisbolt at the end of the episode. But we will figure it out. If you enjoyed, thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you did. If you have anything that you would like to say in the comments, if you have tips, tricks, what your favorite pal is, go ahead and comment down below. But other than that, thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next episode.